in genetics or in evolution?
It could come about in the following way. It could be that at some earlier time, somewhere in the universe, a civilization evolved by probably some kind of Darwinian means to a very, very high level of technology and designed a form of life that they seeded onto, perhaps this planet. Now, that is a possibility and an intriguing possibility. And I suppose it's possible that you might find evidence for that if you look at the details of biochemistry, molecular biology. You might find a signature of some sort of designer.
Wait a second. Richard Dawkins thought intelligent design might be a legitimate pursuit?
There was Richard Dawkins talking about the intelligent design theory. Science comes from the Latin word for knowledge. And so knowledge is the information and skills acquired through experience or education. Heck, any subject can be a form of science. You know, if a child, walked through nature and was outside trying to learn about nature, he may ask you one day, where does all this come from? The beauty of creation. What are you going to tell him? Child, how dare you question the greater universe but simplify knowledge? You should know better that something comes from nothing. Your child will look at you like you're an idiot. Look, the thing is, you cannot observe creation of the earth. But through history that was written down, that was passed from man to his sons, the origin of how the world became. Do you change 6,000 years of history? And say, are you better or even smarter than, say, like Da Vinci or even Shakespeare or Galileo? What discovery have you discovered lately? And now let's take a look at a few people who believed in intelligent design. Of believing works about Thomas Jefferson, would you trust one written by Thomas Jefferson or one written by a guy down the street? You would want to read about Thomas Jefferson from his own words. You see, Adam told his children who told their children, and Adam was there, so I think he'd know more about the beginning. I find it interesting that there's not one piece of history, thousands and thousands of years ago, that would teach us the transformation of man from any beast-like creatures, that it took thousands and thousands of years to finally discover something that man never told his sons. There's a lot of similarities in the teachings of evolution and creation. Like dinosaurs, tropical period, ice age, things of this nature. Yet, scientists, however, have not answered the question of why there are dinosaur tracks and man tracks walking side by side in Texas, and dated at the same time. Interesting. The bottom line is, we were not there, so who's to say what really happened? You see, the thing about the missing link is that it is missing. You see, it takes a lot of faith to believe in something that does not exist. Say, like the missing link. Would it help you if I told you that the flying spaghetti monster was the missing link? Do you feel better now? There is no missing link because it does not exist. So, how can you observe anything without actually being there? Through physics.
Oh, I used to take physics. But now I find that
Joke coming in.
prunes do the better job for me.
Physics is a science through mathematical equations, which gives us the ability to study something without telescope or microscope. So what did physics tell us? It told us that the Earth was formed quickly and then it had to be cooled quickly. After it was heated intensely, at the time of this discovery, evolutionists were upset because they had taught the forming of the Earth takes billions and billions of years. You see, when molecules are heated, they liquefy a substance. So you can form that substance by cooling the molecules quickly so that they can take a shape. For instance, take a blacksmith. He heats a sword so he form the sword into the shape he wants it. Then he cools the sword with water once he decides on the shape. Evolutionists eventually have evolved and have accepted the Big Bang Theory. And maybe one day they will accept Dawkins' theory of intelligence design. You see, God is an alien to us. He is foreign to man. God says his ways are not our ways, or his thoughts are our thoughts. You see, aren't you glad God is not like us? So Dick, thank you so much for opening our minds to the concept of intelligent design. And have a beautiful day, and go out and enjoy the beauties of the Creator.